Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading. I'm going to start off with drawing 4 cards from the Magical Dogs Tarot, and then I'm going to look a little bit deeper into each card by getting 4 more cards from this box of blank cards that I made. They're not blank because I did write on them, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do for this reading. If you'd like to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you've been around, you might notice that this video is longer than usual, and the videos after this might be longer than usual. I'm doing things a little bit differently. Instead of like making a week's worth of videos in advance on one day, I decided to change things up a little bit and record a video per day. So just trying something different. We'll see how it goes. I did see 111, so that is a sign here for someone about trusting yourself more, what you believe, what you know, maybe connecting more with your intuition, your inner guidance, your inner compass. I feel like the universe and your spirit guides are trying to lead you or guide you somewhere. Wow. Okay, so for the first card, we have the Chariot. I said wow because this is like a similar energy to being guided or pulled somewhere. That your passion, your fiery energy, your spirit is definitely pulling you somewhere in a way that requires you maybe to stand up for yourself, or at the least take control over your life, be in the driver's seat, you having control of your decisions instead of your fears. I just saw 222. That's a sign about balance. Maybe there are significant relationships here where you need to stand up for yourself, speak up, for sure. Communication could be significant. And I just saw 234. That's a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason in the way that it's meant to. So I feel like there's an important reason here for why the universe and your spirit guides are guiding you to communicate. It's very clear that communication feels guided. The Chariot also has the number 7 on it, and I just heard wisdom, 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 because at one point that was why it was significant, and another time. But I've been seeing a lot lately in general, maybe communicating or standing up for yourself or following this calling, this guidance. It's bringing you information, maybe about the universe, other people, the world, energy. It feels more like cosmic type of wisdom. I just saw 333. We saw 111, 222, and 333. So I feel like what will really help you have the courage to take control is trusting that it's happening for a reason. You're doing it for a reason, more than just what you already know. Other reasons that you don't know right now will make themselves apparent to you after the fact. 777 could also be like a lucky number for somebody, but that 333 number, that could be confirmation about communication. It's also about growing, healing. That's where your wisdom is going to come from. So I feel like using your voice, standing up for yourself, taking control is going to help you heal and grow. Definitely the strongest message I feel coming through is have courage. And remember that, you can't have courage without fear. And I just saw 444. Something is definitely happening in a certain order for a certain reason. Your stability matters. And it's okay to prioritize that, whether it's on an emotional level, physical, financial level. You deserve to feel safe and at peace. So don't be afraid to use your voice. I mean, you can be afraid, but don't let that hold you back. That's what the Chariot is all about, not letting your fears hold you back. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So again, there is an opportunity here in the physical world that you're being called to take. This could be an opportunity to communicate with another person. It could be a job opportunity. It could be whatever this opportunity is. It's outside of yourself. It's not going to be on a mental, emotional, spiritual level. It's definitely something practical. And I just saw 543. So again, trust that everything is happening in the way that it's happening for a reason. Trust the process is basically what I'm trying to say. And I just saw 555. Standing up for yourself, using your voice, whatever you feel called to do here, is going to create change. And I can already feel here that the idea of change sounds scary. And it isn't obvious to me in these cards if it's like an upheaval or if it's, you know, a chance to heal a relationship or to create more stability. Regardless, the universe and your spirit guides want you to move forward for a reason, with something that has to do with you taking control, you having more control over your actions, maybe even your words, instead of your fears. So yeah, I just felt here, if you need time to think about what you want to say or what you want to do, take that time. Don't rush into anything that you're not ready for. Maybe you feel anxious for a reason. Maybe some part of you knows that the way that you want to go about it right now is not going to work in your favor, and that anxiety is trying to tell you to do something different. Next, we have the Call, or it's also the Judgment. This imagery on this card is very, very powerful, and the green on this card really makes me think that there's definitely something in the physical world, an opportunity that is related to maybe making a decision, a judgment call. And it's so interesting. We're using the deck where the Judgment card is called the Call, and here we have the Chariot talking about how you're definitely being called somewhere. And I think the universe and your spirit guides want you to know that on some level, you are seeing things clearly. Maybe there are some details here that you don't quite have accurate, but that don't matter. It's about knowing and trusting that you are doing the right thing. That will lead you to the best possible outcome, whether it's what you want or what you don't want. The best possible outcome isn't always what we want it to be, because sometimes, you know, we don't always know what is best for ourselves. So maybe there's some information here, some wisdom in the situation that will come to you whenever you follow this calling. And it will really help illuminate something for you. It will shine light on something, and it will make it easier to move on or to trust yourself in some way. I also noticed that the call too is marked with the number 20, which comes down to the number 2. Maybe there's something here that you need to let go of, because the number 2 is about balance. And there's like some sort of extreme circumstance or thing here that is causing imbalance in your life and probably contributing to some level of anxiety. And the best thing you can do right now is face it head on. Like the same energy with the dogs on the Chariot here, facing something head on. I also feel drawn to how the dogs are black and white. I'm feeling every action has a reaction. That's actually like a theme related to judgment or not judgment, justice. The letter J could be significant, or the name J. But yeah, justice. This makes me think that regardless of what happens whenever you follow this calling, like karmically, I feel like the scales are being rebalanced. Something here is being calibrated or stabilized. You do have the ability here to create more stability. Maybe that's what this opportunity is here. Creating more stability through using your voice, standing up for yourself, you know, having control of your actions, your words, rather than your fears. Following some sort of calling here. I can't say it enough. There's a definite calling here that you already know about, that you already feel, that your soul feels, that you need to trust. Oh wow, okay, so we have the Tower in reverse. And I said, oh wow, because I'm thinking back to whenever I said I don't know if standing up for yourself is going to create more stability or instability. I just saw 111 and then 1111 or 1111. So you're really, really, really being encouraged here to trust yourself. It's like the universe and your spirit guides are like, please trust yourself. And seeing 1111, I feel like this situation is going to work out better than what you fear. Especially with the Tower in reverse. Like this card, whenever I see it in reverse, it's always instant. Like, or at least in this reading, it's an instant message of disaster avoided. So it's like if you don't use your voice now, if you don't follow this calling now, it's going to lead to a breakdown or an upheaval faster than you want. So you can protect yourself here from instability and chaos by finding the courage to use your voice, to stand up for yourself, to follow a calling, whatever resonates for you. Maybe they all do. Just listen to what your intuition, what the universe and your spirit guides, the signs, the messages are trying to tell you, or where they're trying to guide you. And actually, the Tower card here has the number 16 on it, and numerologically, if that's the right word, that does come down to a number 7. So we have a number 7 here, and another 7 here, from start to finish. From start to finish, you're going to be learning things about yourself, the world, the universe, something on a very deep level. I feel like you'll know that the universe and your spirit guides are there with you every step of the way. So just know that you're not doing this alone, and that light forces are trying to support you and help you the best way that they can. And there's also a reminder here to remember that just as us humans have our limitations and things that we don't have control over, the universe also has its own limitations and things that it doesn't have control over, like our free will. Just like the universe can't stop people from doing bad things, they can't force people to do good things. And I think it's interesting too, the idea of good and bad with black and white, dark and light energy. There's something very like cosmic about this reading. Just follow the calling. That's all I have to say. But next I'm going to look deeper into each of these cards, as I said, with the cards that I made. Okay, so for the first card, we have the number 6. It says cooperation. It says want, compromise, social, fluidity, happy. So this could be about you cooperating with the universe, with yourself, with another person. In general, I do feel like you're being guided here to go with the flow rather than against it. Work with what already is, instead of trying to make it into something that will never be. That feels like a deep thing to say. But yeah, maybe in a situation here there will be more compromise than you think. I also get like the word social here is giving me like a celebratory Three of Cups type of energy. So I feel like you're going to win in terms of, like, things are going to go in your favor on some level by moving forward with this calling. And I also saw a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason too. And if you see the number 6, the number 7, the number 2, 666, 777, 222, pay attention to those numbers. Okay, so now we have the number 30. Attitude of growth, understand what happened, learn lessons, reshape plan, bounce back. This opportunity here, it's very clear here that it's an opportunity to grow. Didn't we see the number 333 when we were talking about the Ace of Pentacles here? I wanted to say the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So this opportunity is definitely, it's not just a physical thing, it's also emotional and spiritual. But for some reason at first the universe wanted to point it out that it was physical. Maybe pay attention to the physical opportunity, and naturally you will start to see the spiritual and emotional opportunity in this situation. It's like you're being called to face things in a more practical, logical way. And next we have song lyrics from the song Right, Left, Wrong by 3 Days Grace. There's the number 3 again. This card also has the number 74 on it. That comes down to 11, which is another 2. There is a 2 on the judgment card here, or the call. So that's very interesting because this card is clarifying that. The song lyrics say, I'm never getting close to anyone again, and I don't even know when I'm going to, but I don't want any mother freaking part of you. I don't know if, YouTube's gonna censor that or what, but, rather play it safe. But yeah, there's a lot of frustration here, obviously, and trust issues. I really, really feel here trust issues, not only maybe with another person or other people in your life, but also the journey that you're on, your spiritual journey. I can feel someone here where the anger and the frustration, the impatience just gets so piled up. And when that happens, give yourself some room to breathe. Let yourself feel it if you need to, but also make sure that you're guiding yourself to release this frustration, which I know is so much easier said than done. Me currently, I've been having my own battles lately with patience. So just know that you're not alone, and that when it comes to patience, that you're not the only one having that expectation put on you. The universe is guiding me to be patient. The universe is guiding other people to be patient. This is a collective effort. So please know, even if people aren't even aware of it, they're also being guided to be patient as well. Collectively, generally, patience is something that we're all being called to learn, because it's going to offer us a lot of healing, which is going to lead to a lot more unity. So know that your healing is deeper and larger and goes much farther than you. Maybe there could be a ripple effect here that you could have, where you follow this calling, you say how you feel, and maybe whoever you're talking to will do the same. Or somehow it's going to affect more than just your immediate situation. And sometimes it can still be hard to be patient, even though you know that this is much bigger than you. But sometimes it's just about feeling, and it's less about logic. So if you feel angry, frustrated, sad, these heavy, I want to say frequencies, but emotions, sometimes you have to know when you have to let yourself feel it and give yourself some space, and when it's time to change your perspective. Or even, just allow yourself to trust what you already know. For your last card, I have, wow. Remember that anger is sadness's mask. I feel like moving forward with anger, you have to be careful with how you express yourself moving forward, or it could lead to an upheaval that you don't want. Feels like there's a couple ways that things could lead to an upheaval. So I get this general feeling that you might feel like you're walking on a landmine or on eggshells. So if you know that already, then you should already know that you have to be careful with how you express yourself, and don't express yourself when you're angry. Don't have shouting matches with people. Give yourself space to feel and to process and communicate when you're ready. SL222, find balance within yourself before you try to find balance in a situation outside of yourself. Remember that whatever's going on the inside is going to reflect outwardly. So if you have these intense emotions, a lot of chaos internally, and you express that, it's just going to create more chaos in your external reality. And I know it can be very annoying to feel like you're walking on eggshells and you have to censor yourself and stuff like that, but that's just the reality. And at the end of the day, it's important to know how to communicate, especially if you want to be a leader. I've been hearing this thing lately about how whenever you're a leader, you are responsible for how you are received. So be very, very mindful, whether you're a leader, whether you want to be a leader or not, of how you express yourself, and look deeper than the anger. Whenever you feel this anger, ask yourself, what am I actually just sad about? What have I not found closure with? I saw 111 as well while I was saying all that, so that's just a little last message there to trust yourself, and take it slow if you need to. Don't rush into anything. Take the space that you need to be able to follow this calling in a way that isn't necessarily easy, but is something where you still know that you're doing things the right way. Depending on who's watching this, that might resonate differently. So again, as the message has been throughout this whole reading, trust yourself, take what resonates, don't try to force anything to fit. I think I actually forgot to say something at the beginning of this video. I've been taking a break for so long, so I'm glad that I did say it. And I did see 222, so not only is there a last minute message here to trust yourself, it's also to prioritize balance. I'm getting like strong Knight of Swords and Shadow type of energy. It's okay to be eager, to just want to get things over with, but you don't want to rush things in a way that's just not going to work in your favor. Again, patience is important. But that will be the end of your reading. I really hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you like to hit the like button to show me that is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can do so by donating it through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any. I'd really love to connect with you more. And what do I usually say? I'm just gonna go ahead and say this video or end this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.